The Monterey Pass Battlefield Park commemorates the Monterey Pass battle that took place on July 4, 1863, as the Confederates retreated from Gettysburg. The park is located east of Waynesboro on Route 16 between Waynesboro, Pennsylvania and Blue Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania. There are approximately 2.5 miles of trails, including the Mariah Furnace Trail that the Confederates retreated on. The trails are well marked and have plaques to tell you the story of the battle. Here we are at the Monterey Pass Museum and Battlefield. There are several trails that lead you back to the way the Confederates retreated coming back from the Battle of Gettysburg. Take the road that is no longer a public road, but was actually used by the Confederates, up to 10,000 soldiers retreating. And they have a series of trails off of this. This is the Billy Yank Trail. Heads up towards Monterey Pass. And they have little signs along the way that tell you about the battle. The midnight fight. This trail section is only about 3/10 of a mile long. Then it goes into another trail. I think the total trail system is only a little over 2 miles long, but I'll verify that on the map. It is a cold December 8th, 2020. And we're going uphill. Still on Billy Yank Trail. And it's pretty steep right here. I always thought we were at the top of the mountain. Didn't know we were going any higher. And there's another information post and bench. And here is about General Custer. Battle of Monterey Pass. Custer moves forward. Come off the Billy Yank Trail into an intersection where, as you go left, it's the Johnny Reb Trail, and that takes you down the Mariah Furnace Road, which is the actual road where the Confederates retreated on. Or if you go right, it takes you to Monterey Peak Trail. The Billy Yank Trail and the Johnny Reb Trail make a left and head back down through the woods. So we'll take that and see where this goes. Looks like it's going back down where I just came up on the other ridge. There are free maps available at the parking area that give you a map with the walking tour that explains what happened on each of the trails with a designated letter matching the description, along with the plaques along the trail.
And here the trail splits again. Billy Yank Trail and the Johnny Reb Trail. We'll stay on the Johnny Reb Trail. And the Johnny Reb Trail brings us right back down to, I think this is the actual retreating trail here. The retreat from Gettysburg. I have several placards here detailing this. You can pause if you want to take the time to read it. Then we're heading back towards Monterey. Earlier in the video, I came up to this intersection off of Billy Yank Trail and went left down the Johnny Reb Trail. So I came back up. Now I'm going to take the Monterey Peak Trail, which continues up. And there's a helicopter above making noise, of course. As you can see, this is crushed stone and very wide, although no vehicles are allowed on it. But I do think on special occasions they will give a car tour and come around, I think, for people who have trouble accessing the trails. I don't think the GoPro is showing this, but this is really going uphill. I never dreamt it'd be this steep. Off to the left are a series of rocks that under the map and description was used for cover, I think, by the Union troops as they shot down on the Confederates. And continue to go up. Pardon my breathing hard. This is really uphill. Looks like we're coming to another intersection. Not sure which way to go. There are signs. All right, Monterey Peak, picnic area, program area. Here off the Monterey Peak Trail, you can see the ridge with lots of rocks and cover for the troops. Looks like we finally flattened out for a little while. It looks like we're going to go back up again. This is a little known battle. Unless you're a local in the area, a lot of people never heard of the Monterey Pass battle. It's when the Confederates retreated from Gettysburg through Monterey, Waynesboro, down through Leitersburg, Maryland, clear down to Williamsport, Maryland, where they crossed the Potomac and got back into Virginia. Again, right to the right of the trail, lots of rocks. Think back how hard that was back then to traverse. They're in wool uniforms, 4th of July. I think it was even raining this day, because that's one of the reasons the Confederates had trouble. They got bogged down, their wagons got bogged down in mud. And now we look like we're finally at the top. We should be getting to the peak soon. Okay, we're coming up on another roundabout. They must let cars in here at certain points. And that tells us North Peak Trail, Mariah Furnace Road, which is the way we'll go back, Yeah, no, and uphill again to Monterey Peak. Very steep. I'll get with you when I get to the top. Okay, now we are at Monterey Peak. Okay, lots of rocks. Little picnic area. Now under an overlook. And that is looking out over the valley over towards Fairfield. Very, very uphill. Lots of rocks and cover. Okay, coming back down off the Monterey Peak Trail, we're back to the roundabout, and we're going to head down to the Mariah Furnace Road, which is the actual road that the Confederates retreated on. And it looks like I got lucky. This is downhill. This is nice after you leave up the Monterey Peak Trail. It's been all downhill, and I think the name of this trail is the North Peak Trail, which will take us down to Mariah Furnace Road. It's not quite as chilly today. It's in the mid-40s. I started this the other day and it was too cold and windy. I hope everybody likes my hat. My family said I look like a dork, but I'm a happy dork. Okay, after no more than probably a little over a quarter of a mile, we come down to the Mariah Furnace Road. Like I said, this is the road that the Confederates actually retreated on. And if you go this way, it takes you out to what they call Furnace Road, which leads you up towards Fairfield, and we take you on up into Gettysburg. Looks like there's one other sign here. And it's telling you about Ewell's corpse on July 5th. They marched from Fairfield along the old Fairfield Road to South Mountain. You can pause that and read it if you want to read the entire plaque. In this direction, we're now on the Mariah Furnace Road, which isn't too wide. Here it turns into a wider road further down, but here is pretty much a path. If you can imagine 10,000 men with wagons and horses and cannons trying to navigate this in the dark, in the rain, in the heat. Here in the Mariah Furnace Road, looks like it's probably been washed out over the years. It's very narrow, with rocks and dirt's probably no more than 4 or 5 feet wide. And of course it's covered in leaves this time of year, which makes footing a little precarious. And here we're coming to an intersection off Mariah Furnace Road, and again showing you where we're at. Here the Mariah Furnace Road, and this trail was the Johnny Reb and the Billy Yank Trail. In fact, this trail was the Billy Yank Trail that veered off where the intersection was up above. And you keep going down to Mariah Furnace, and the Johnny Reb Trail comes out a little further down. Here it says that the Mariah Furnace Road is actually 1.7 miles to the right, and the museum's 0.42, so the total would be about 1.5 miles of the Mariah Furnace Road. And here, after that last intersection with the Billy Yank Trail, the road widens and is more like a actual road than when we first started, where it was just only 4 or 5 feet wide. And as we continue on the Mariah Furnace Road, we come down and we're back to the end of the Johnny Reb Trail. Johnny Reb Trail would take you back up to the intersection where we first got on the Monterey View Trail. And it looks like we're downhill. You can already hear the cars, so we're getting close. Okay, we come out. Okay, it's a private road heading that way. Here's the other end of the Mariah Furnace Road. If you hiked it in reverse, you would come up from the parking lot, get on here, and head up that way. So, and now it's just a straight road out to the parking lot. Okay, after a short walk, we came around right where we started. There's the start of the Billy Yank Trail. And we made one big circle and walked about 2.5 miles, with about a mile of it uphill. It's a lot harder going up than I ever thought it would be. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something about the Monterey Pass battlefield. And if you have time, come out and enjoy the fresh air.